So how to make a PowerPoint from scratch. So first you would open the PowerPoint thing down here, and then when you get in it, you see all these different designs that you can use to make your PowerPoint. So you'll just select the one that best suits you, or the one that best suits the occasion that you're doing the PowerPoint for. And then you just click on it. You can either left click on it or you can just tap on the mouse. Either way works. So I'm gonna choose this one. I'm gonna choose this one right here, and I'm just gonna just click on it, click on the mouse, and then as you can see on the left here, you can see that this design, it has different colors that you can choose from. So I can use it. I can either use the blue or the mustard color, or this brownish grayish color here, or this light bluish color right here. I can use whichever one that I choose. So I'm gonna choose this one. I'm gonna choose the first one, and you just click on it, and then you click on create. Yeah. So as soon as you click and create now, here you have this part that say click to add a title, and then you have click to add subtitle. So the title will be like, say you have a PowerPoint to make for a presentation that's based on, say, good hygiene. So you'd put good hygiene practices and good hygiene practices. You just type it in, just type it, good hygiene practice, and you can actually change the font size. You can change the font style as well. So suppose I don't want to use this. What's here is Carbell heading. I don't want to use Carbell heading. Suppose I want to use Algerian or Arial Black, or one of these. If I want to use Times New Roman, then I'll just scroll them because they're in alphabetical order. So Times New Roman will be down here where T is. It'll be where T is. Oh, it'll, yeah, Times New Roman, and here it is. So what if I want to use Times New Roman? So I just click on Times New Roman, and if I want to increase the font size, then I'll just click on this here, right here, where you have the size. Right now it says size 59. I can either click on this arrow right here and increase the size, or I can actually click on the A that's to the left of it, and increase the font size. So there you can see the font size increasing. So click to add subtitles. Like subtitles, you could actually write your name. So for instance, your name is Mary Jane. You could say prepared by. You put a colon, and then you write Jane, Mary Jane, and that's it. Now, to add another slide, you'd have to add another slide to put your actual presentations on. So you just left click, and then you click on new slide. Left click, new slide. Left click, new slide to get a different size now. Now the other slide would contain like your introduction. So maybe you'd want to write your introduction. You don't have to write your introduction and the next slide. So you just write introduction, and then you write whatever introduction. So like you just basically give like an overview of what the presentation will entails. So you could say this presentation contains information on good hygiene practices. Full stop. You can go ahead and say this will give the reader an understanding of how to carry out good hygiene practices effectively. And you can leave it there, or you can just add something. So basically, yeah. So that would be the second slide for the introduction. And then now the third slide, you want to get into detail. So maybe you'd want to give a definition of what good hygiene practices are. So I'm just giving you examples so you understand how the layout should be and all the other things. But You could just write like, what are what are good hygiene practices, and then you put a question sign because that's a question that you're asking. So you could just go ahead and just write over here what are good hygiene practices. Good hygiene practices are activities that are carried out to ensure that your environment is clean, that you are clean, and so forth and so on. But in doing a PowerPoint, you have to ensure that you don't have more than 5 points and a slide. Like if you're gonna do it, it's called a PowerPoint for a reason. There should be points. So you should pick out the main information, the most important information, and pinpoint them in here. So if I'm gonna give a definition for this question that I just write, or just give an answer for this question, then I'll say like I'll approach it like this. I'll say good hygiene practices or activities that are carried out to ensure that your environment is clean. It's clean. Then I could go ahead. Now, this is like a good sentence for like 1 point, but if I should go ahead and add more things to this, then it should look crowded. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press enter to get another point because I have more things that I want to speak on that are important to this particular questionnaire. So all I gotta do is click the enter to get a new point, and then I'm gonna continue to write the other things that I have in mind. So good hygiene practices are activities that are carried out to ensure that your environment is clean. But that's not the only reason why. That's not. Those are not the only main things that encompasses good hygiene practices. So good hygiene practices also prevent diseases. You get what I'm saying? So I could just go ahead and write good hygiene practices also prevents diseases. Another point, I could just press enter and write another point. Good hygiene practices helps to decrease the build up of microbes, and microbes entail bacteria, protozoa, viruses, amoeba. It's just all those things are microbes. So when you practice good hygiene, then all of these things are under control. And there are the things as well that I could have put in this, but I'm just trying to give you an idea like of how you should do a PowerPoint. Then the next slide now you'd have to go with something like the same. Since the this slide is talking what are good hygiene practices, you could go ahead and say and put examples of good hygiene practices. So examples of good hygiene practices. Yeah, and then you put examples. You say like these include but are not limited to. Then you put a colon and then book. You say washing your hands, brushing your teeth at least twice daily, taking a bath, washing your clothes. I remember I told you that early on. I said that you shouldn't have more than 5 points on a slide because otherwise it's going to look crowded. So what you can do, because there are the examples of good hygiene, you can add a new slide and then go ahead, copy examples of good hygiene practices. You're gonna copy that and paste it on the page below it. And after you do that, now you're gonna put continued in bracket because you're continuing on the same topics. You're gonna say continued in bracket, and then you can continue to write like um washing your hair, grooming yourself, grooming yourself. Yeah, and those are just examples. So you can another feature about making PowerPoint is that you can actually in making a PowerPoint you should actually make it so it can grasp the attention of your audience. So on this no, you should have pictures. You can add photos to each slide, or you can add relevant photos to each slide. So and this now you could on the example where you have the examples here, you could actually add photos of persons washing their hands, persons brushing their teeth, somebody taking a bath, like the washing of clothes, like wa- um washing your hair, grooming yourself, like you just combing your hair or just taking care of it. So you can add photos of that now. You can add photos, and you can also duplicate a slide. You can cut a slide if you want to cut a slide. All you simply need to do is just right click. You right click that slide and then there's a cut. You can copy it. You can duplicate the slide. You can delete the slide. You can add a section to it. You can format the background. Like say for instance, you want the background to be a different color or a gradient, you can actually see if you want your background to be a picture, a texture, you can do all of that. Or pattern fit. You can go ahead and choose these pattern, and it will only affect the slide that you picked. Yeah, it would only affect the slide that you pick. So the other slides will be the same white background, but the one that you format, then that's the one that you're gonna see. You can even hide the slide. All you need to do, right click, and you see how to slide. So we know this now. All you gotta do when you had all the things that you want to have, you had your conclusion, your references, then you wanna go ahead and go to file, or you can click this here, save. You can just press on control and S at the same time, or you can just click this little thing up here that says save, or you can go to file and then you can click save as, and then you can click browse, and then you can save it. You can click on browse. You want to click on browse, and then you can pick document. You can save it to your desktop. You can save it to downloads. You can save it in whatever file. If you have like a removable disk in there, then you can go ahead and save it on that. Save it on like an hard drive or something. Even on your phone. If you had a phone plug in the USB, you can save it on it. And that's how easy it is to make a PowerPoint. It's nothing really hard to do. Just let me know in the comment section below if this video helped you, and let me know what other videos you want me to make speaking about like how to do certain things. And don't forget to check out the previous video before this one speaking about how to use ChatGPT to make a business plan. Actually, ChatGPT can do anything you want it to, and I was just trying to display that, and that's why I used it to make a business plan, just to prove to people that ChatGPT can do a lot of things. So just check that out as well. Thank you.